They'll come out in the pistol. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Here we go. Hey, over. Alert. Patch it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
18. Blue. 58 to Mike, 58.
And the blitz does come. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but closed there quickly at the end.
Hey, orbit. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
From the 31, Rivers. Caught by Allen. 12 yards there and a first down.
Let's go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt.
Hey, Echo. 80 Hunt. Stay with your man. 59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check 59.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Sponge. No. Hey, Delta. Hey, Delta. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Go. Hey, here we go.
First down, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Ran, 80 weapons. Lock in. Hey, wahoo! 58, right there. Let's go one more. Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check the backer. Alert.
Now Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
79! Blue draw Porter. White, 89!
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
All day, defense, all day, all day. 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Zero. Hey, check. Rehunt.
From the gun, Rivers able to get this to Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Hey, ready.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He completes it to Henry. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Mike,
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
45, Mike, 45. Check pass, check pass.
To throw again on second down. Rivers, he's got Allen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they... Third down.
Complete to Keenan Allen. A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Safety's creeping.
Hey, Alpha.
45.
Red Delta.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Behind. Behind.
Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Cohen. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Bravo.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his throw is going to be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A Chicago 1st down. The former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All day, dog. Switch.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's Trubisky. Stepping up, he's going to keep it and avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Lock in. Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the 1st here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Chargers going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check. Lucky.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Check. Here we go. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Alert. Hey, Foxtrot.
Stop your whining.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Mike 58 right there.
One last shot for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everyone.